my name's Amy. Welcome to today's practice. It's going to be really challenging. So many arm balances, puppy press, Padmasana, just a bunch of fun, challenging poses and a great strong flow. So let's get started. Hi. Right on here. You may want a wall. I usually use a wall or give us options at the wall for inversions. Other than that, shouldn't need any props today, but if you use props generally for certain poses, have them with you. Blocks, strap, whatever you might need. But otherwise, we won't need anything but a good attitude. All right, we're going to start on our stomach. You might have your forehead resting on the back of the hands. You might have your temple, one temple down. You might have your hands by your sides, whatever you like. I sleep on my stomach, so I have all kinds of ways I like to sleep. You find something that's comfortable, we'll be here for a moment. Notice how you feel at the start in this very calming pose for some of us, maybe not so calming for others. Acknowledge your starting point so you can observe how your body, mind, energy, thoughts, feelings might shift throughout the practice and transform by the end. Whatever will bring you into sattva, harmony, balance, your own truth, set an intention, an affirmation, a mantra, a positive thought, something that will bring you to that harmony, body, mind, breath. With your focus on that thought, slowly draw in air through the nose. Hold your breath at the top. Open your mouth. Exhale. If your temple's to one side, switch to the other side. Inhale through the nose. Hold the breath. Take a little more breath in through the nose. Hold. Take a little more breath in. Open your mouth, release. Inhale through the nose. And back out through the nose, restricting the back of the throat. Ujjayi pranayama. Slow, steady breath in and out through the nose. And slide up onto your forearms. Eyes can open. Press into the forearms, lift the heart, work the shoulders back, and take the left knee toward the left elbow. If this is too extreme, the leg can be just slightly bent, otherwise working the hip a little bit. I'm going to have to multitask. Press down to lift up, so don't get lazy in the upper body. I used to think of Sphinx as resting pose, it's not. Press down, lift up, heart forward, shoulders back, bend the right. Although it is a yin pose, so. But we are working the upper body. We're opening up the hips, the hip flexors, and our back. So many things at once, and opening or strengthening, opening the shoulders. And petting a needy dog. If you want, for the last breath, see if you can lift the gaze any amount, like you're tapping the back of your head. And slowly release. Release the left. Take the right knee toward the elbow or wherever it lands for you. Press down, lift up, heart forward, shoulders back, bend the left. And just keep working the hamstring and the glute on the left, trying to get the heel toward your bum. Keep pressing into the forearms to lift up. So you're rebounding energy. If you press down into the forearms and sink your energy, here it's not going to be so awful, but when we're balancing, it will be. So you got to really find that lightness, rebounding off the ground. You have to shift your energy so it lifts up even though the forearms are down. So you can lift and drop the gaze up and back. And slowly release the left, release the right. Press into the palms. I always get a lot of love from these two in particular when I yoga. The more you want to compress the lower back, the more the hands want to walk toward your hips. fitting. If it's too much for you, the hands move forward. So you can control the intensity. One second. Try to unclench the glutes. I have to make you guys do it one arm. It's not easy. Now I'll switch pads. Let's see if that works out. You're just staying. Just do both arms. This isn't that awesome. All right. If it feels reasonable, try to bend the knee and the knees. Okay. All right. Lift the heart. Work the shoulders back and see if you can lift the gaze up and back. And release. Take the left knee toward the left elbow like we did earlier, but now just relaxing. Then turn your gaze toward your left. Releasing your lower back. Switching sides. Right knee, right, gazing over to the right. And release. Low cobra, lift the heart forward and up, shoulders back. Pressing into upward facing. Really try to relax the glutes so they're not working, but opening up the heart as the focal point. Lift the hips up and back, downward facing. Push the thighs back. Press into the palms to lift the hips up and send the energy down so the heels descend toward the earth. Lift to the balls of the feet, swivel the hips and heels to the left. As you gaze underneath the right armpit, you should feel a nice stretch on the right side. Come back to center, hips, heels to the right, gaze underneath the left. Come back to center, lower the shins and knees down, take the fingers and point them back toward your knees, shift the weight back. Push the inner arms forward. Lift the palms so the knuckles and fingers are down and push the inner arms forward. Keep the belly in so you're even working your legs and your core. And slowly lift the fingers up. Come down to left forearm, right palm, left forearm. Left forearm, right palm. I'm going to say it a few different ways. Take the right leg back and up, bend at the knee. So you can see how it kind of makes you want to open up. See if you can still work the torso straight down, so you have to counter distribute your weight. Keep lifting the legs, send the heart forward and up. Take the knee down toward the left, out to the side, back up, and square the hip. So you're taking a hip circle, but it goes out to the side and all the way up. So you can point the knee up, pause, and then square the hip. So knee down, out to the side. Shift the weight to the left side of your body, let the knee open up. And down, I think that was 3. All right, here's the last one. Hold it here. Can you straighten the leg any amount? We haven't really opened the hamstrings too much yet, so bend, straighten, but this is more for your glute anyway. Bend in the hip, straighten, bend, straighten, one more bend, straighten. If you want, prop up to right fingertips. Keep the legs straight. Can you square the hip and square the torso? Okay? Lower the knee. Shift. Right forearm, left palm. I'll just say it one time. Positioning though is important. So the palm lines up more with the elbow, right? So it's not up with the palm, palm to elbow. Pretty exactly shoulder distance apart, width. Lift the back leg, just lifting it, working the heart forward and up. Keep the belly in. Try not to shift the weight to the right side yet, only once we open up the hip. Starting our hip circles, take the knee down, very slow ones though. Out to the side and see if you can lift up even more. Now more weight is on the right, like you could even lift the hand, right? Did we straighten out? We did circles first. Okay, I'm gonna cut up here because I like this shape. Take the knee down, out, and around. We'll do 2 more. Down, out, and around. Actually, we came back here, like that. 1 more like this. Out, up, and then square the hip. Then this last one, open the hip, take the knee up, more weight on the right side, straighten. Glutes feeling this, right? Straighten, straighten, straighten. Last one, bend, straight. So you can keep it straight and square the whole body. Bend, lift up, and lower down. Take the hands in front of you, take the knees, hip bone or a little bit wider. Lift the hips, melt the heart, Anahatasana, puppy pose. Allow the ribs to melt as the heart pulls forward. Lift the body, lift the arms, but keep the palms down. Curl the toes under. Keep the same shape, this hollow back kind of shape, and curl the toes under like you're coming into frog dog. If you need to shorten the stance a little bit, do that, but try to melt the chest, the armpits down, the booty up. Then begin to straighten the legs, walk them together, pull forward to plank, belly in. So, walking our plank, left forearm, left palm, right palm. We'll do 3 to each side and then switch. One more, left forearm, right, left palm, right. Switching. Right, so get comfortable with this uneven. We're doing uneven work today. Right palm. Keep the belly and the hips in. Try not to let them rotate too much. Core is engaged. Last one, right, left, right palm, left palm. Lift up and back, downward facing dog. Ooh, warm in 10 minutes. Come back to feet together, keep them hip bone distance. Shift forward to plank. Shoulder shrug. Shoulders up, heart forward, belly engaged. Press down, hollow out your chest, armpit, shoulders. Pull the heart forward, shoulder shrug, belly stays lifted. Press down, protract the shoulders. One more, heart forward, shoulders. Press down, hollow out, lift the hips up and back. Take the feet a little bit wider, lift to the balls of the feet, bend the knees, turn your booty up, sit bones up, chest, ribs, armpits, shoulders melting down, gaze between your feet, frog dog. Straighten the legs, keep the upper body as it is. Taking this to down dog by pressing into the palms, pulling the front ribs in and lengthening the heels down. Then pull the heart forward so you're back to a neutral spine. Take the feet closer, lift the right leg up, open the hip, bend at the knee, push the foot away from you, over to the left. Lower the left forearm down, come to right fingertips. So we did this a second ago on our shin and knee. Same idea, taking the hip circles but stopping at the top and straightening, squaring the hip. Bend the knee out around, knee stops at the top, open up the hip and straighten the leg. Keep the leg straight, square the hip, one more. Knee down, out and around. Knee stops at the top, straighten, square the hip. Press back up to downward facing, knee to center, right foot, right thumb, lower the left shin and knee. Rising up. Anjaneyasana. Wing the arms back, stay in I surrender arms and shift the body forward. Let the heart open, the gaze can drop all the way back or you can keep it forward. You can even work chin to chest. Keep working the arms back to open up the shoulders and the collarbones. See if you can keep the body as it is, shift the weight and bend the back leg. If this is an easy balance, see if you can come to the ball of the right foot. So easy. Take the hands back, grab the foot. See if you can stay on the ball of the foot if you're working that. Otherwise, lower the heel. Kick the foot back, send the heart forward. We'll do it 2 ways. Now press the foot down if you were doing ball of the foot. Lift up and pull the heel in towards your bum. Keep the chest open. I'm still dealing with a little bit of a shoulder thing, so I have to modify a bit. Release the hands down, lift the hips up and back, Arta Padmasana. Pull the heart forward, so no matter where you are in your flexibility, you're keeping an open heart. Some of us will stay here and some of us can lower down, but try not to round. So heart forward. If you can forward fold, then lower the forearms. Lift the body, bend the right, curl the toes under, step back to plank, shift forward, bend the elbows, chaturanga, push over both toes, upward facing. Lift up and back, downward facing. Lift the left leg back and up, lower to right forearm, left fingertips, you can keep the palm down if that's better. Bend the knee, we're going to take our hip circles, knee down, out, around. Let the knee open up, so it feels like you're doing almost half middle splits, and then straighten the leg. And square the hip with the straight leg. Knee down, out, around, let the knee stop at top, straighten the leg. Square the hip. One more, knee down, out, and around. Knee up toward the ceiling, straighten. Square the hip. Press back up to a three-legged dog. Pull the knee to center, left foot, left thumb, right shin, knee lower. Lift up, wing the arms back. Leaning forward, tailbone lengthening to the back of the heel. The gaze is anywhere that's reasonable for you, but really work the arms back, as if you were holding weights that were causing them to work back, but you're doing it yourself. Back of the shoulder blades are sending the heart forward and up. Again, you might want to drop the gaze if that's comfortable. You can always just hang here, you don't have to keep adding on, but I like to. So, shift the weight a little bit into the front foot to bend the back. If this is nice and easy, come to the ball of the foot. Reach back, grab for the foot. Send the heart forward as you keep the foot back. You have to work your balance, your core, your glutes engaged a bit. Your focal point. Lower the heel, lift the body, and now pull the heel toward your bone. So this should feel like a nice quad stretch. Release and lift the hips up and back, straightening the left leg. Left hip pulls back, heart reaches forward, keeping an open heart, toes flex back toward the knee, forehead toward the shin, but without rounding in the spine. So keep the spine nice and elongated. Forearms down if that's appropriate. Lift the body, bend the left, curl the back toes under. Plank, shift forward, chaturanga, upward facing. Pause. Curl the toes under. Same thing, just hanging here for a moment. Keep pressing into the palms to lift the heart, work the shoulders back, the heart forward. Push the heels back to lengthen out the legs. Lift the hips up and back, downward facing. Right leg lifts back and up. Pull the knee to center. Right foot, right thumb. Ball of left, rising to crescent. Wing the arms down or back, bend the knee. Stay low, but let the arms lift. Bend. Straighten the arms, straighten the leg, but don't lift the body. Bend. Pull the front ribs in, twisting towards your right. Extend the legs, extend the arm. Or one leg. Extend one leg. Wrap the right arm down the back of the leg, lift the left arm up, gazing over your back shoulder. Index fingers to thumb, Yan Mudra. Left hand forward and down, right arm stays stays in the wrap. See if you can take the right leg just to the knee. And see if you can pull it in, but don't use your right arm. And see if you can straighten it up. This is going to be fun. In one move, we're going to lower the top arm and leg, and we're going to lower to the right forearm. Ready? Lower to the right forearm, left arm up, half wrap. Same thing. So it's like tree, then we lift the leg, and then we straighten the leg. Use your core, press down into the forearm. Release, forearm plank, last one other side. This one just top arm up, and take it to the front. Lower the forearm down, you're in forearm plank. Shift forward, shift back, shift forward, shift back, shift forward, shift back. Lift the hips up. Walk the feet toward the elbows. They can go wider if your hamstrings are tight. Press into the forearms, lift up, and send the gaze between your feet. Press into both palms, and you're in a down dog. You can take the feet back together. Left leg back and up. Pull the knee to center, left foot, left thumb, rise into crescent. Wing the arms back as you bend the knee to a hover. Keep the chest open, stay low, but straighten the back leg with both arms up. Bend, straighten, bend, straighten, bend, twist to the left, straighten arm, straighten that leg. Left arm to the back of the right leg, lifting up, Gyan Mudra, Mudra of Svadhyaya, self-study, refining the intellect through introspection. Our whole Vashisthasana series, it's exciting to think about. Hand down, I'm not mirroring, left arm wrapped, right hand is down. Oops, we were right into a tree. And then see if you can lift up. Maybe you're staying here, maybe straightening. So in one move, can you lower left forearm down and be on forearm Vashisthasana? Right arm up, half wrap, tree, lifted, straighten. Don't let your body sink. Press into the forearm to lift the body up. Coming right into right forearm down, forearm Vashisthasana. Top arm up, and top arm toward the front. So don't let your shoulders sink down. Press into the forearm to lift energy up. Forearm plank. Lift the hips up, walk the feet toward the elbows, dolphin. Lift the right leg up, bend the knee. Try to push down into the left heel as you lift up with the right. Take the knee down, out, and up. See if you can straighten the leg. Square the hip. Knee down, out, and around. Straighten the leg. Square the hip, knee down, out and around, keep the knee bent. Come up to left fingertips. See if you can walk left fingertips to the outer right foot, big toe side. Release. Left leg back and up, bend at the knee. Take hip circles, knee out, down and around. Straighten the leg. Square the hip. Bend, hip mandala. Straighten, square. Last one, hip circle. And bend. Right fingertips. Right hand toward left foot. Kick foot in the hand, send heart forward. Release to dolphin, press into the palms, downward facing. End at the knees, exhale to the top. Inhale, lengthen your spine. Exhale, fold in. Inhale, rise all the way up. Palms meet, hands at the heart center, Samasthiti. Surya Namaskar A. Inhale the arms out and up, Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, forward fold, Uttanasana. Inhale, lengthen your spine, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, Urdhva Mukha. Exhale, Adho Mukha. Rest. So use this resting pose. We don't have many in this class. So when it's there, really slow the breath down. Check in with how you feel. Make sure you're not just going through the motions. Make sure it's a very thoughtful practice. Listen to what your body and breath are telling you. Inhale, balls of the feet, bend at the knees. Exhale to the top. Inhale, lengthen your spine. Exhale, fold in. Inhale, rise all the way up. Skipping Samastitihi. Exhale, forward fold all the way down. Inhale, lengthen your spine. Exhale, Chaturanga. Inhale, Urdhva Mukha Svanasana. Exhale, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Breathe. Inhale, balls of the feet, bend at the knees. Exhale to the top. Inhale, lengthen your spine. Exhale, fold in. Inhale, rise all the way up. Exhale, forward fold all the way down, skipping Samastiti. Inhale, lengthen your spine. Exhale, Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, Urdhva Mukha Svanasana. Exhale, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Downward facing dog. Inhale, balls of the feet, bend at the knees. Exhale to the top. Inhale, lengthen your spine. Exhale, fold in. Inhale, rise all the way up. Palms meet, hands at the heart center, Samastiti. Surya Namaskar B, classic. Inhale, Utkatasana, chair pose. Exhale, Uttanasana, forward fold. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, Urdhva Mukha. Exhale, Adho Mukha, right leg steps forward. Inhale, Virabhadrasana 1, back heels grounded, Warrior 1. 1, exhale to Chaturanga. Next, inhale, Urdhva Mukha. Exhale, Adho Mukha. Left leg forward. Inhale, Virabhadrasana 1. Exhale, Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, Urdhva Mukha. Exhale, Adho Mukha. Rest. Inhale, balls of the feet, bend at the knees. Exhale to the top. Inhale, lengthen your spine. Exhale, fold in. Inhale, Utkatasana. Hands at the heart center, Samastiti. We'll just do one round. Inhale, Utkatasana, moving on. Outer arms wrap in, the palms seal, hands at the heart center, twisting to your right, lowering the elbow down. Press into the palms and pull the belly, hollow out your chest, rotate a little more and drop the booty. We'll continue on in stages, try to join for all of it, but if it's not for you, you stop at any stage. Extend the arms. Ujjita Parivrita Utkatasana. Lowering down. Take the right forearm down. I am not mirroring home. Face this way. So the left arm really snuggles, the right forearm lowers. Try not to sink in the shoulder. Left palm in line with right elbow, and see if you can come into Vishama Parjvabhakasana. That's working out. Try Dvipada. Vishama Dvipada Kavidasana. If that's working out, take the top leg back. Vishama Ekapada, vinyasa. And come back. Come into your twisted chair. Come through chair and stand up for a second. So I gave a few options. Those of you with an sidearm balance practice, try all of them, right? Really try the forearm. It's much easier, I promise, if you're developing a sidearm balance practice. Back to our chair. Hands to heart center, twisting to the right. Again, so when you first twist, the torso is kind of resting. Press into the palm's elbow and pull the belly up. That's key. Then you can really rotate the rib cage, which is how you get into a deeper twist. Drop the booty. Keep twisting, twisting, twisting. Maybe extending. Lowering down. So really get the right elbow to get a nice snuggle. Left forearm lowers. I gotta watch out for the cat or tail. And send the weight forward, belly in, try to lift up, and maybe you're coming into the other variations. I don't know, space. There's the wall. So bent, straight, top leg back. Take the variations you have space for and can do. And if some of this, if you're just working toward it, then you're just shifting the weight forward and getting comfortable with that. You can come back through your twisted chair, through classic chair, lift to the balls of the feet, hips back, hands forward, knees apart, slowly lowering, snuggling the triceps underneath the shins, coming into Vakasana. Some of you hang here, others lowering to the crown of the head, taking it into Shirshasana 5. If it's for you, right leg over left, coming into Garudasana. Ready? If it's for you, you're twisting, otherwise you're holding your Vakasana and working that, and trying to get the knees onto the left elbow. Pull the belly in and see if you can lift up. And then lower back, and come back up. Other side. Left over right, belly in, twisting, trying to get the knees onto the right elbow. Send the heart forward. I'm gonna come out of that one. Let's go back to down dog or crow to down dog. So that's obviously much harder than the transition we usually do. All right, let's get started. Let's get started. Inhale the right leg back and up. Right knee to right upper arm, take an arm balance if you like, otherwise plain chaturanga. So many arm balances. Sweep the leg back and up. Pull the knee in and across, drop the left heel, left hand to the right foot, and bring the right leg forward. Left hand down, right leg crosses, Garudasana. Sweep the right leg back and up. Knee to center, right foot, right thumb rising to crescent. Arms out to the side, left underneath, right on top, Garudasana. Elbows up, shoulders down the back, arms forward, shifting forward into warrior 3. Keep reaching the elbows forward, bend the right leg, bend the left leg, straighten both. Bend the right, send the elbows forward, bend the left, straighten both, lift the body, sweep the left leg all the way around, coming into Garudasana. Slowly send the hips back, coming into the full expression of the pose. Getting as compact as you can, squeezing the outer hips and inner thighs into the midline. Releasing through warrior 3, arms out like a T, opening up to half moon. Take the top arm down, forward, all the way to the front. See if you can lower the fingertips down. Facing this side. So the left fingertips are trying to face down. Some of us can do it, some of us that's not going to work out. Right? You might be here. But you're taking a side stretch. Ready? Hike the knee. Oh, this is fun. And straighten the leg up. Take the leg back. Hike the knee points toward up. Straighten the leg. We've kind of done the shape a lot. And take the leg back. One more. Hike the knee. See if you can straighten it. Bend. See if you can tap it over toward your right shoulder or left shoulder. And take it back. And tap it toward the shoulder armpit. And take it back. Last one. Woo! And take it back. Straighten, bend, pass through warrior two. Reverse. Windmill both hands down, back leg lifts. Supported warrior three. Left hand stays down, right arm back. Out and up. Paririta Arta Chandrasana. Bend the left, hand to foot, adding Chapasana. Paririta Arta Chandra Chapasana. Bend the right, squeeze the glutes, send the left arm forward, and begin to straighten the right leg as you kick the left leg back. Pull the knee into your center, twisting toward your left, right hand to the outer knee, or right hand to the foot. Take the gaze forward, lift the arms. We're going to sweep the left leg straight back to a standing splits. You can take the hand to the inside, right hand to the inside, or right hand to the outside. Release the hands forward. We're passing through a handstand flow if that's for you. Kicking up, switching, landing ball of left chaturanga. I'm kind of doing a baby chaturanga to downward facing. Body's starting to feel good. Left side, all that on the left. Left leg back and up. Pull forward, left knee, left upper arm. Taking an arm balance if that's in your practice. Otherwise, working plank or chaturanga. Try not to let the chest fall. Sweep the leg back and up. Pull the knee in and across. Drop the right heel. Right hand grabs the foot. Straighten the leg and bring it to the front. It's like a variation of Vishwamitra. We're going to release the right hand as the left leg crosses over into Garudasana. Extend the left leg back and up. Pull the knee to center, left foot, left thumb, rising to crescent. Arms out, right arm, left arm, eagle arms. Elbows up, shoulders down the back, forearms away from the face. Hug the left hip back. Make sure you have space. And your vision's kind of blocked, so you have to be careful as you shift forward. Find your focal point. Take the elbows forward. Bend the standing leg. Bend the lifted leg. Keep your drishti focused. Straighten both legs, send the elbows forward more. Bend the left. Bend the right. Straighten both. Sweeping the leg forward. Wrapping it around. Sitting down as if you're passing through a chair. Squeeze out our hips. Lowering down. Eventually the fingertips lower to the earth. As you unwind, you're passing through warrior three. Lowering the left hand, opening the hip, you're in half moon. Top arm sweeps down, out, forward. Can you get the fingertips down? The left palm can be lowered. Ready? So you're kind of facing this way, hopefully. Your hand could be on a block if you had it. Right hand can be on a block. Hike the knee. Straighten the leg up. Bend it in. Straighten the leg up. We took it back. Take it back. Hike the knee. Straighten. Woo. Take it back. Last one. Hike the knee. Straighten. Bend. Now, see if you can get it over toward your armpit. And up. And over to the armpit. Woo, and up, and one more over to the armpit, and up. Half moon, bend, warrior two, reverse. Coming right into your standing splits. Square the hip, hands down, pass through your handstand flow. I skipped something, I'm gonna have to fix this. Upward facing downward facing. Alright, step the left leg forward so I can just correct the one thing I cut out. Right hand down, left arm out and up. Here we go. Bend, hand to foot, kick the foot up and twist. This one's so fun too. Bend the left, belly in, right hand forward. Rising up, kick the foot back as you straighten the leg. Almost done. So we're going to release the leg, pull it in and twist to the right, hand to the knee, hand to the foot if you're straightening the leg. And take the knees forward, arms up. Bend the knee, chair pose. Slowly lower to your bum, send the legs forward. It all evens out, so we're all good. Send the legs forward, half boat, lift the arms up and back. Arms forward and slowly rising up. Legs forward, belly in, arms up and back. Arms forward, slowly with control. Last one. Arms up and back. Arms forward and slowly come up. Come right into a forward fold. Take the feet hip bone distance apart. Take your hastas, slide them underneath your padas. Hands underneath the feet. Inhale, take the entire hand underneath. So if you have to bend to do it, that's fine. And then you can wiggle your wrists around. If you can straighten, then you're straightening the legs, sending the heart forward, and forward folding, letting the elbows go out to the side as the shoulders lift up the back. Shift the weight into the balls of the feet. That should be massaging your wrists. And slowly lift. Index finger, middle finger, yogi peace toe grip the big toe for Padmasana. Inhales, you lengthen your spine. Exhales, you forward fold, elbows to the side, shoulders up the back. Press the big toe mounds down into the fingers and shift the entire weight forward. As you shift the weight forward, push the inner thighs back and try to smile your sit bones to the ceiling. And release. I'm going to do a quick demo just because I think it's going to be easier, and I'm going to show variations for those of us who have flexibility limitations. So we'll do the right leg first. So we'll yogi peace toe grip the right and take the other hand down. I tend to do fingertips. If you have a block, that's totally helpful for some of us. I would highly recommend. Also fingertips, you can do palm down. Okay, so with the modification, it's can you shift the weight to the standing leg? Notice how I have to shift, right? Hike the knee in, hiking it toward your outer shoulder. And if you can do that, can you take the knee then up? It's kind of the shape we've been making. And if you can do that, can you straighten the leg? If all that's a piece of cake, I'm just going to switch sides to stay even, then you're going to try to do the same thing, only can you take the legs straight out and up? Okay? So your body's done this already in like 10 different shapes, but this is still very hard. You have to really shift the weight to the standing leg, standing arm. So let's all do the right first. Remember, it can be bent, it can stay bent, it can be bent and develop to straight, or it can be straight the whole way. Round down into the left foot, left fingertips, palm, or hand on a block, and take the leg up. Another variation for those who want it, keep the leg up, and take the top arm in a half wrap. See if you can just keep the leg up without holding it. And then grab it again and see if you can lower down. As you lower down, you have to lift the left hip up to create space. The femur bone has space to lower down. I know all of us are just nailing this. No, it's no problem. Switching sides. Right hand out, fingertips if that's good. Shift the weight, pull the belly in. Try to really lift the right femur bone up, lift the right hip up so you have space to get the left leg up. Remember, it can be bent. If you can, you're keeping the leg up but taking the top arm in a half wrap. And then grab for the foot again. And as you lower down, think lifting the right hip up to create space, and the left femur is pulling up into its socket. And lower down. Fine. I know we were all successful because that's easy peasy. Okay, so we're going to do a quick arm balance and then we're going to do puppy press, which is exciting. We kind of did this and I gave it a quickly through our sort of crow to headstand little transitions that we work. But we're going to work specifically Vishama, so one palm down, one forearm down. Please try this because I promise you it's easier and it's fun anyways, variation. But make sure the key is, and I was having trouble on my second side on the third one, don't collapse. If you notice you're collapsing, you just don't have the strength, back out. Just don't do it. It's intense. You have to be able to press down and lift energy up and feel like length here, right? Okay, so this pose should be named differently, but it's really eagle legs in side swan. I don't know why it's swan, not like a Parshva variation, but it isn't, so you're learning uneven swan. Hasta Gardasana and Vishama Parshva Hamsasana, if you need the Sanskrit. Alright, so my right forearm's down. Cat's giving me some courage, right? Helping me out. My left palm's down, it's really snuggle. I'm going to shift the weight forward, left palm line up with elbow, and then you can do top or bottom. I tend to do bottom. I just try top, it doesn't ever work for me. Right? Bottom leg over. And then from that shape, you can unwind into Ekapada if you want. I'm not going to do it with the cat and my wall in the way, but... So try it and really try to get comfortable with the fact that the right forearm's giving you more leverage, so less of a balance issue, but the shoulder has to really find that space so that you're not kissing the ground. Some of you I can see looks great. Let's not hang out in it too long, it's pretty taxing. Let's come into the second side. For all side arm balances, all the ones we've done today, which we've done quite a bit, I learned it and improved mine by doing this Vishama, which isn't a cheat, it's a variation. But there are cheats, right? The cheat is usually resting the hip. I like this better, and it really helped me develop my side arm balance practice, so I like to share that wisdom onto you. So same thing, right palm lined up with left elbow, and then bottom on top of right, and then you can gaze over toward your legs. My second side is definitely a challenge. These side arm balances. When you feel even, take your mat to the wall, unless you just don't need it for any type of inversion practice. And then don't do it unless you want the support. Okay, so if you're not working puppy press, you're nowhere near press-ups, you don't want to be bothered with it, you have your own handstand practice, work handstand. If you want the shape that we're kind of working and passing through, with or without the wall, you can kick up to it, you can always jump up to it. I will, just for space, I will show jumping, because I like it anyway. So if you don't want to press, you can also just jump into this shape, right? And obviously make sure you do the other side too. Okay, if you're pressing, I'm not going to use the wall because I can't move the mat because I don't want to distract my cat. But you're going to use the wall if you need it. As always for press-ups, the back of the head, back of the shoulder blades, and then like middle back, middle thoracic, going to press into the wall. The more you're pressing into the wall, the less the core needs to work on its own, but it sort of activates what you need. The flexibility that puppy pose requires helps those who are flexible but lack some of the strength to find a press-up, I find. To me, this is the easiest one. It's basically a slow-down cartwheel. I will show a bent and a straight leg variation. It's kind of like the shapes we've been making. So this half moon that we made, and then we took the other hand down. I'm going to position both hands so they're facing away from me. I'm going to lift to the ball of the foot that's standing, and I'm going to take my knee and try to get it to my shoulder. Then I'm going to continue to lift so my body's now more square. I'm going to shift the weight to the opposite hand to lift up. I'm doing it so slow I can do it. There we go. Okay. If you're doing it with a straight leg, which is infinitely harder, but some of us have the flexibility, it's the same thing, and we did the same prep work for it, but you keep the legs straight, and then it really is like a slow down cartwheel, right? And that straddle leg would be another shape for those working handstand without the press up. You could, again, you could kick or jump into it. That's probably one of my favorite things to do is just jump into straddle. So you could be straddled or the bent legs, okay? Make sure you flip sides no matter what you're doing. If you're doing something sided, like even the entrance. If you're just nailing your puppy presses, tick-tock them. Side to side, without touching. Or just do it, come out of it, and then switch sides. So challenge yourself more. Something for everyone. Even those of you, if you have a solid puppy press, you can make it a little harder just by staying airborne and doing it a few times. Playtime. I'm playing too. If you haven't flipped sides, note to self, switch sides, do your non-dominant side. Even though it's harder, even though it feels awkward. When you've had enough, come down and counterpose your wrist. Okay, so let's all come down, let's work some back bends before we wind down. Come on to your shins and knees, about an arm's distance from the wall. If you don't have a wall, you'll do the same work, just no feedback from the wall, the arms will be airborne. So same work, no need to find the wall if you don't want to or if you haven't been using it. Send the tailbone down and push the pelvis forward. Take the arms up and back and try to reach the wall. Once you make contact with the fingertips, you can take the gaze back, press into the wall, work the arms straight. For some of us, just getting contact with the wall will be enough. And then if you can, you're going to sit back down and push back up. And if you're too far or too close, you'll know pretty soon. Sit the booty down and send the hips forward as you lengthen up. And one more, and hold it. And slowly come forward. Here's your core. Woo. So that was really hard, especially when you sit back down. I move forward because my shoulders are tight these days. So move forward to give you the space to do that. If it's just too much, just stay upright. We're going to do that again because then we're working toward camel. But lift up. Take the hips forward, take the hands back, drop the gaze, or keep the gaze forward. You can keep it forward too. And try to booty pop down. And lift up. And sit back down. And up, and down, and hold. And back to center. Woo! My shoulders are so tight these days. Okay, coming into camel. If you want, you can use the wall. The wall's in front of you. It's really nice to work your quads more. Again, it'll give you feedback, but I'm going to show this time without the wall. Pelvis forward, roll the shoulders up and back, and take the arms up. First, we're going to just take the left hand down, and take the right arm over and back, hand to the back of the head, and drop the head into the hand. Send the hips, pelvis forward. And come back to center, arms up, right hand down, take the left arm back, hand to the head, drop the head into the hand, access the arm, send the pelvis forward. And come back up. Now full camel, but we'll hold it longer than usual. Lift the hips, or lift the chest up, send the pelvis forward, take the arms back to your heel. I like fingertips because I like to focus on the open heart aspect and sending everything forward and working the shoulders back, but you can also lower all the way down to the earth. If it's reasonable at any point when it's comfortable, let the Vishuddha chakra open and you drop the head back. If you don't want to drop the head back, don't do it. Stay with it longer than is comfortable. Focus on your breath. A few more breaths. Keep lifting the heart, keep working the shoulders back. Pelvis moves forward. slowly coming down. Sit back down with the hips lower in between the heels into hero's pose. Pull the pubic bone in, so I'm going to show it. See how I pull it in and I lengthen the tailbone down? Really important, we're just trying to lengthen the back. Coming into reclined hero. If this isn't for you, for many different reasons, I'm going to give you options, just take something different. Or take any other pose that feels appropriate. If it's not for you because both is too much or lying back is too much, stay upright, don't lie back. You can also do one leg at a time, so one leg is bent, which is a lot more reasonable, and you can even stay upright. If you move the bent leg forward and you let the Virasana leg kind of go out to the side a little bit, I mean, it's fairly reasonable, you shouldn't feel anything on the knee area. Okay? So you can be here, you can recline all the way back. If we're doing a full pose, we're going to do a couple variations. Move the calves out of the way. You can also be here if you usually would use a prop but don't have one, instead of lowering all the way back down. This would be the stopping point for a second as you lift the hips and lengthen the tailbone down. She's going to come on top of me. Sit down. Okay. And then you're all the way here. You can do hands by the heels. You can do arms overhead. We're going to hang here. Then we're going to take Arta Padmasana. For those that want it, we'll take one heel to the opposite hip and one leg stays in Virasana. So we'll be here for a little bit. So try to enjoy it. If you're like, I can't enjoy this, then find a shape, either a hip flexor opener, like a lunge, or any passive back bend that seems good. Like if you have bridge, you could take bridge pose with maybe blocks. Otherwise, we're just hanging here. Those of you that want to add Arta Padmasana, half lotus, I'm going to have the left leg be my lotus leg. You can decide which one you want to do first, but I will guide the left leg. So you're going to undo the left leg, the foot can start down. You're going to pull the knee in, and take the left knee out to the side and work the heel toward your right hip. Place it down, I don't want to injure kitty, and then allow the left knee to lower down. So you're in half Padmasana on the left, half heroes on the right, reclined. Arta Padmasana and Supta Virasana. Those taking Arta Padmasana, switching sides. I would probably undo the right so that both legs are undone, and then do left Virasana, and then right into Arta Padmasana. So bring the heel toward your left hip as the knee opens out toward the right, and then you're in Arta Padmasana. Whatever shape you're in, come on out. So now the cat's on top of me. I'm not going to do the next back bend until she leaves. But you should come into, oh, she's cool. Okay, now we will. We're coming into Urdhva Dhanurasana. If you don't need a huge back bend now, you've done enough work, you can take bridge or just relax in constructed rest. Otherwise, upward facing. Some of you might want to come down to your forearms, Dvipada Viparita Dandasana. Lower down when you're ready. We're just going to take one more. In between, you can take constructive rest. It's a nice neutralizing spine lengthener versus say crunching the knees into your chest like a deeper forward fold. We'll wait till we're all done. So if you're taking your second and last back bend, the bigger one, take it. And when you're all done, lying down with the feet mat distance apart, windshield wiper the legs a few times, left and right. And come back to neutral. Take the right leg over the left. Bring the thighs in towards you. You can stay in a single bind like Gomukhasana or come back into our Garudasana legs. Really try to get the thighs in towards your chest, then send the leg unit over to the left as you gaze up or to the right. Pull the belly in, come back to center, unwind the legs, feet down, scoop the hips up, realign your spine, left over right, single, double, or triple bind. Leg unit to the right, gazing up or to the left. Come back to center, Ananda Balasana, happy baby. Tailbone forward and down, knees working toward the earth as the heels work up, and the belly pulls the spine toward the earth. If you like to rock side to side, do that. Extend the legs out to either side, Supta Upta Visha Konasana. Guide the legs together and rock up. Take the right leg over the left. You're going to twist your forward folding over the thigh. So twisting to the right and forward folding over the thigh versus straight forward. If you can, you're getting the left elbow down. Imagine if we did moved into an arm balance here. If you can, you're getting both forearms down. Keep the right forearm down, open up the left arm so you're in a side stretch, hand to the back of the head, roll the gaze up and drop the head back into the hand as you keep lengthening the left elbow over to the right. And the same work here on the right shoulder, don't collapse. Press down and lift up so you're still long on the right side of the neck. You're rooting the left sit bone down as you send the left elbow away, lengthening the whole left side. And come up. Now forward fold down the center. And lift up. Switching sides, left over right, knee over knee. First twisting, trying to get the right elbow over, across, and down. When I say elbow, I really mean forearm, and the left forearm maybe also. Keep the left forearm down and reach the right arm up, taking a side stretch. Keep the right sit bone grounding down, hand to the back of the head, roll the gaze up, elbow reaching to the left, working right sit bone down, head dropping back. Left shoulder lengthening away from the neck. And lifting up and forward folding. And slowly lift up. Last forward fold, and then we'll just come into a very short meditation closing. If you want, first of all, no matter where you are in your flexibility here, send the tailbone back, pull the heart forward, think of this as a heart opener even though it's a forward fold. None of this is needed in our life. We got enough of it in our daily life of hovering over screens. So really think booty back, heart forward, that's like the opposition. I'm doing it as I'm saying it. The knees can stay bent, but those of you who've got a little bit, let me move so you can see some calf, a little bit of flexibility in the shape, you can scoop the arms underneath, lift the legs up, and then you're on your elbows. Just kind of makes it fun. You can do it as long as you can forward fold enough, right? Flex or pointy toes. And slowly lift up. Take a comfortable shape. Any of you who are working that Padmasana variation, you might want Padmasana now, full Padmasana. Those of you that need something a little different, take easy pose or any comfortable seat that makes sense for you. Index fingers to thumb, back of the hands resting on the knees, close the eyes. Gyan Mudra, mudra of self-reflection. Learning a little bit more about yourself through your practice, through the challenges in your practice. Notice how you feel at the end of your practice, physically, mentally, energetically. And bring your attention to anything positive you'd like to carry with you throughout your day. A thought, a visual, a feeling, a person, a place, whatever you're trying to cultivate more awareness, more sense of joy in your life, find something to focus on and allow each inhale to bring in that positive, joyful thought. Each exhale as you let that good energy circulate throughout your body and mind. Inhaling positive thoughts, feelings in. Exhaling and allowing that energy, the positive energy to circulate. Hands strong at the heart center. Lift your heart. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. May all beings be happy and free. May our thoughts, words, and actions contribute to that happiness and freedom. Bow into yourself. The light within me sees and honors the light within each of you. Namaste. Yay for yoga! Thank you for practicing with me. I hope you enjoyed today's class. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share, and turn on the notifications bell so you'll get notified when the next video is uploaded. I'll see you next time. Namaste.